Hello, this is Jerry Spinelli from the University of California Cooperative Extension. Today we are in this nursery. We're growing geranium and we are currently irrigating, and we have a setup with the container inside another container and the same empty container with the bag in it, and the objective is to collect the water that the containers are receiving and also to collect the leachate that comes out from the bottom of the containers, and that way we can measure the leaching fraction. So this is a pot-in-pot system, if you want, or a pot-in-bucket system that allows us to measure the leachate. So you can see behind me the containers that we set up there with the bags, and now we are currently irrigating, and we weighed them with the scale at the beginning of the irrigation, and now we're irrigating, and at the end of the irrigation we're gonna weigh them again, and by the difference we'll know how much water they intercepted. We are also weighing a pot, an empty container lined with a plastic bag and filled with water to the brim, or to the same point that the media will reach when it's in the field with the plant inside. And the weight is 2,000 grams, and that corresponds to 2,000 milliliters. So by the difference in weight between the empty container with the plastic bag and the container with the plastic bag filled with water, we will know also the volume of water. And we're always playing this same trick here, because 1 gram of water takes the space of 1 milliliter, or also of a cubic centimeter. So this is the density of water, and it's a constant. So just by weighing it, we're also measuring its volume. So this way we will know the total volume of the container. Okay, now we are done with the irrigation, and we are going to measure with this scale what's the weight of this irrigated pot. But also we're putting those pots on the ground and letting the water percolate for 1 hour to the bottom of the container, and then we'll weigh that water to know how much leachate we got out of the pot. Okay, this is our last container to weight, and we just wrote the weight right there, 1202. And by the difference between the weight after irrigation and before irrigation, we know how much water the plant and the container intercepted. And by the difference between what this empty pot intercepted, we can also evaluate whether the canopy funneled more water in, intercepted more water than the empty pot would have. In this case, probably our canopy is so small that there will not be such a big difference, but some larger canopies can have either a funneling function or the other way around. So the canopy intercepts less water than the empty pot by itself would have. And then now we're gonna leave these containers here for 1 hour to give an opportunity to the water from the container with the plant to drain into the other container. And we put this plastic bag to avoid that any irrigation from the sprinklers fell in between the two. So we're gonna wait, and then we're gonna remove this pot here and weigh again the bottom container, and by the difference to the empty container, we will measure how much water we collected in there, which is the leachate. And through that, by the ratio between the leachate and the total irrigation water that the plant container intercepted, we can calculate the so-called leaching fraction. Thank you for being with us. We hope that this episode was instructional and to you and useful to you, and we'll see you in the next video.